From the Caxton Hotel tonight, gents. Great to have you on the show as always. DCE, I've got to ask, was it ever in doubt that whether or not you'd be here back wearing that Queensland kit alongside Billy again?
That's probably a question for the coach and the selectors, to be honest, Grace. I know my motivations and desire have been really strong to play this arena for as long as I possibly can. I've got so much love for the jersey and what it represents. So for as long as everything was tracking in the right direction when it comes to your form and your health, I always wanted to be here. There's no doubt about that.
Great to see you back, Ches, leading the team. Billy, what's the feeling camp like? I know you got a few fresh faces around the squad. Tell us about day one.
Yeah, it's been a bit of excitement actually, having the new faces and not just the debutants, but the guys sitting outside the team as well. You know, they're all new faces as well. So there's a bit of excitement around the place. Been a fair bit of work done at Suncorp Stadium in terms of, you know, getting the media content done and headshots and whatnot, getting all the gear fitted. You know, Kalen Ponga's still not in camp, so he's had a bit of a mishap with a flight being cancelled due to some weather down in Newcastle. So he'll make his way into camp tomorrow. But yeah, we don't get our camp really started until Wednesday. We'll knuckle down into our footy stuff and a bit of work to be done.
Billy, I want to ask you about Robert Toia. I remember Magic Round. He played really well against Herbie Farmworth, and I saw you talking to Nick Politis after the game. How long's he been on your radar, Robert Toia? I imagine, obviously, injuries have resulted in him making the team, but in terms of being on your radar, how long has that been?
Well, he scored a try in round one, Michael, and that probably, you know, sparked my attention towards him. You know, I know we like to look at the bright and shiny stuff, and he's certainly got that in his game because he's got so much talent, but that made me look a little bit deeper into his game, and he's got great work ethic, he's got great principles, and I know his Roosters coach has got a really high opinion of him in that part of the game. So, you know, when the opportunity arose, I didn't really hesitate. I threw his name straight out there to the selectors, and they concurred. And yeah, he's a wonderful athlete. He's still early in his career, but he's doing things at his age in terms of the principles of the game and the work ethic of the game that you would see from a 4 or 5 year player. And he's been through a little bit of adversity as well, and with that comes resilience. You can't buy that sort of experience, and unfortunately you go through it, but you know, when you do go through it and come out the other side, you become a better person and you have a bit more character about you. So yeah, looking forward to getting to work with Rob.
Cracking game in Game 3 last year, the decider up at Suncorp Stadium. Everyone loved that game. What did you take away from that game, Billy, that you might be working on for this year?
Well, it's important not to throw the baby out with the bathwater. We got a lot right. You know, we just weren't quite good enough in the end, and we need to, you know, pick up on a few of those things, probably in particular around with the football. I think we'd like to have our time over again, but you know, you can't. But you get another opportunity the following year, and that'll be a part of the game that we'll go after.
Hey, Ches, tell us about the inclusion of, you know, Big Tino and Cam Munster back in the side. You were a little bit lean as far as leadership was concerned last year. How does that help you in your role as captain?
Yeah, good point, Smithy. I mean, you know, Munster's probably someone that, you know, through his early days was just known for a larrikin, but anyone who knows him and has watched him progress, he's not just a larrikin anymore, but he's genuinely a leader of a footy side. So he's definitely someone that I'll spend a lot of time with this week, make sure that we're connecting and trying to get the most out of this footy side when it comes to our footy. And Tino, I mean, he's already building this aura. When he walks into camp, you just know you're in safe hands. And he's someone that we missed last year, and he's a great addition to our squad. And yeah, both of these boys are going to add not just great footy, but great leadership to the side.
Billy, you know us grubs in the media, we're more interested in who doesn't get picked than who does get picked. I have to ask you about Selwyn Cobbo, the decision not to go with Selwyn. Can you shed some light on that decision and the thought process leading up to selection?
Yeah, well, obviously there was 3 games played yesterday, Michael, so, you know, there was a bit of a, you know, towards 6, 7 o'clock last night, just seeing who was healthy and who wasn't healthy. There was still a game in process. And we also had to get, notification to all the players. And, Selwyn had a bit of a wrist injury that, forced him out of his position yesterday. And, he was really carrying that throughout the game. After the game, we got a bit of word that, it wasn't in great shape. He was still yet to get a scan on, which I believe he got one today. And we just had to make a decision. And, like I spoke about before, I don't just watch 17 players, leading into the Origin selection. I make sure that, every Queensland player is taken notice of, and I dive into their game and look at the habits of their game. So when these things happen and you have to move, you can move with confidence.
Hey, fellas, that venue that you're at the moment, it looks pretty familiar. I think you're at the Caxton. Alfie Langer's not up on any tables behind you at all, is he?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, and he's still got his clothes on.
Yeah, he's got a fork and knife in his hand, so we might keep it that way.
He's ready to go. We'll let you guys rip in. Keep JT under wraps as well. Billy, Daly, great to catch up, and all the best in the lead up to the big one Wednesday week.
Thanks, gents.
Cheers, guys.
So good. The skipper and the coach joining us from the Caxton Hotel. What's on the menu, you reckon, Cam, tonight? Well, they usually get stuck into there.
A few steaks, steaks and veggies.
Yep.
Maybe.
What about beverages?
A couple of beverages, maybe? I don't know. I haven't been in there for a long time, mate.
Please.
Water these days.
Now, while they might be set for some party tonight at the Caxton, right now the True Blues dinner is unfolding as we speak. It's a special night for one person in particular, our very own Paul Gallen, who joins us. Gal, looking good, mate. We'll get to your particular moment in the sunshine that's coming up later tonight. But leading into this, you've been going into this night tonight. Are the players there? Have you been you want to be a journo? I know that. You're getting any scuttle on the ground there from the team, Cam?
No, definitely no scuttle. I've seen the New South Wales females team, and I congratulated them and said, well done. Saw the coach, shook his hand and said, mate, great job. The Blues are up on stage at the moment. Said congratulations to all the boys, obviously making the team for game one. It's going to be a fantastic game. Queensland's picked a great team, so have the Blues. And had a good chat to Laurie Daly, so but I can't share too much of that. No scuttle at the moment.
Big night for you, induction into the Hall of Fame for the Blues. What does it mean to you, mate?
Oh, look, it's a real honour. As a kid, my 8-year-old self would be pinching himself. I'll never forget, I was at the Melton Street Hotel with my dad. I was in the car park at Auburn there, and a bloke walked out and threw me a footy. It was a New South Wales football, and it was the first football I'd ever been given. And from that moment on, New South Wales was my team. I never went for another NRL club. I never followed any NRL team. I just went for New South Wales. So my passion for the Blues, has always been there since a kid. And to be able to run out and play for New South Wales and captain them was an absolute dream come true. And to be able to stand here tonight and be inducted into the Hall of Fame, is absolutely awesome. But it brings back other emotions also. And obviously, played for the Blues for a long time. Unfortunately, lost 8 series in a row to someone who's in the studio there. And, they were a fantastic team at the time, the Queenslanders. So, different emotions. I'm very, very happy, very, very proud, very, very honoured to be in this position. But it does bring up a few old wounds also.
Well deserved, mate. 2014, no one will ever forget that one, in particular yourself. And try and track down Maxie King out there tonight, Gus's favourite. He's the debutant for the Blues. What a story.
Yeah, he is. What a story. A couple of years ago, he was really struggling to get a club, I think, wasn't he? And the Dogs threw him a lifeline. Now have a go at him. He's absolutely playing outstanding rugby league. He's leading that club. He's been so good. And to get a Blues debutant jersey at 28 years of age, what a story. And thoroughly deserves it. And one other thing I've noticed, what I learned tonight was going to be, Gus, I've noticed you've also changed your Twitter profile once again. It's now a picture of Matt King. So I do keep an eye on you, mate. I do keep an eye. Make sure you're just on the straight and narrow.
Was that changed at midnight again?
Eh?
Like the previous one?
Oh, I couldn't change it till he was in the team. He got his jersey photo. Paul, I'm just looking at you there in your bow tie and everything.
Yeah.
When you retire from fighting, when you finally retire, whenever that is, you've got a bit of a future as a ring announcer, mate. You look like a boxing ring announcer there in your bow tie.
Thank you, Gus. I didn't know what to wear today, to be honest with you. So I was on the phone to TPH earlier, the producer of the show, and I said, do I wear a tie or a bow tie? He said, mate, make sure you wear a bow tie. You're on TV tonight. I said, OK, I'll wear the bow tie. So this outfit is, I've got to give a bit of credit to TPH there.
You've got to at least wear it properly. It's hanging down off your neck, Gal. What's going on?
It's seen better days, that one.
My neck's bit fat, you know, so I'm lucky to get it up. The top button is torched to get up. It chokes me. So just be happy it's in place.
All right, mate. Well, and all the best too tomorrow. I hear there's a press conference with you and your old mate SBW ahead of the big bout as well. So massive 24 hours for you, Gal. Well done tonight on the induction, mate. Enjoy the spoils.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
Good on you. The G train on the blue carpet there at the True Blues dinner tonight.